Greetings and salutations, everyone. It's time for another episode of Viewport Relay, a bi-weekly podcast where the Viewport team looks at the latest news in the gaming industry. As always, I'm your host, Albert Corson, joined by Tristan John.
Hello.
And Alex Nestor.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
What's 9 squared?
81.
Episode 81.
We're there. Wow. Quick
We're
maths
mathing
right
our
there.
way to the top today. That rhymed. That was pretty cool.
Was that planned?
Maybe. We do
Please.
math for it. Is that the beginning? Is that our new opener?
Math?
puzzles? Except you know the answer because the numbers just go up sequentially.
I just say the episode number and hope I'm right.
You know, what if we jump around episodes number? We'll be like Xbox, we'll be like Battlefield. You know,
Oh, yeah.
we could be episode 81, but tomorrow we're episode 1.
Oh no!
How does that sound?
SEO screwed.
But the marketing.
That's true. The
The marketing.
Got the focus groups.
What did they say? What are the numbers? What did they?
It's 69, episode 69 every episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Internet
Okay.
spoken.
We can do that. I'll allow it. All right. Time for our actual opener. By the way, I have a question before we go. Does anyone have any B3 bets? If not, we'll move on. It's been a while since anyone's had one in a while, so just checking in.
How about next year? I am
Next
willing
year.
to take a B3 bet.
A? I don't know about A. I think you need 2.
I mean, we'll get into this when we talk about what have you been playing, but
I feel like you skimped out of your bets last time. Well, you did one. It was like a 7-hour game.
Yeah.
And then Alex had to play like 50 hours of Strikers, right? 40 hours? How
Yeah, it's
long was
about
that?
40.
Yeah, but he
And
had
I
fun.
And I went through 40 hours of MGS5.
Questionably fun.
and you played 2 hours of a good game.
Yeah,
then
and I
quit.
was like, screw it. I don't want
Not
to
only that,
subject
you
myself
only
to
played
this.
it at my house. I swear you only played it at my house. And that's the only reason you did it, because you'd feel guilty.
Well, also, like, you guys were watching me. Like, how am I gonna get out of that?
That's true. Alex, we messed up, man.
Yeah, I guess
Alright,
we just need to put him under constant surveillance for the next time we bet at something.
We're all, you know, it's not a good time for at least
It's not a good time to be a gamer.
And my Alex. Well, for the back, there's new games coming out. You know, sometimes there's times where you have a backlog, right? And then you willingly replay a game, like a comfort game, or even like a League of Legends, right? And you're like, I don't really want to play League of Legends, but I have nothing else to play, so I'm going to play League of Legends, right?
Right.
That's a good B3, you know, backlog, you know, break out the backlog. But there's a lot of games coming out in the next couple months that I want to play, so I don't have time for a backlog.
Yeah, I would put
And-
myself in the same boat.
All right, what are they? List them, Jung. List them.
Mario Party.
You know what? We're starting a segment right now. What are you gonna play?
What are you gonna play?
What are you
gonna
playing?
play? What are you gonna play in? No B.
Well, I'm gonna play Mario Party for the first.
What hasn't come out that you're gonna be playing? That's what you have been playing. You cheated again.
Well,
cheated again.
it's gonna take up some of my time. Okay, here's what I'm gonna be playing.
All right,
I'm gonna
there we
be
go.
playing Forza Horizon 5 coming out this
Oh
week.
God.
Why are you godding me? It's a
Oh,
it's a good
God.
game.
I thought you were GT guy.
Yeah, but GT's not coming out until March, so it's coming out next week.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, that's
not if you
true.
break in and steal the source code. Early release build.
I also have Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and
that's
Amazing
coming out?
Pearl, or whatever it's called.
I thought
Okay.
those were next year, but okay.
I thought they were too.
Isn't that like next month?
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's this month.
It-
Pokemon
Maybe-
games
I'm
usually come
probably-
out
I'm probably
in
thinking
November.
Arceus.
It's on the 19th of this month.
Arceus is January. Arceus is
Yeah.
January. Okay.
I also have Shin Megami Tensei coming out next
Okay.
week.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, then
That was the game I was waiting
right.
for.
Then I also have Halo
you.
Infinite.
When does that come out?
At some point, November 15th.
That comes out in November?
Yeah, so it's like all these games are coming out in the next 3 weeks.
Everything's coming out in November.
Oh, I think the world's ending.
You know what? The world is ending because Advance Wars got delayed, okay?
Yeah, okay. I'm surprised that one did.
I'm upset. You know that Patrick meme where he's staring at his hand? That's how I woke up in the morning when I read that tweet, except the hand was my phone. Does anyone understand the reference?
I guess.
Okay, I see what I'm dealing with here.
As someone who watched a lot of SpongeBob, I don't remember.
It's the, hey Patrick, why are you mad? And he's like, or are you mad? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, why are you mad? And he's like, because I can't see my forehead or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
All right. Is this the thing now, Alex? Do you know what you're playing?
Yeah, Battlefield 2042. It's going to be coming out in some sort of state. Yeah.
You're saying it.
I'll play it. But the main thing is going to be Endwalker.
Yeah, you don't have time.
Yeah.
You don't have time.
I'm going to have to get ready for Savage Tiers, so yeah, I'll be putting almost all my time in Endwalker. Then some extra time, a lot to 2042, which will be in some sort of state.
Are you going to take your time through the story, or are you going to blaze through it to get ready for raids?
I've got I got 2 weeks until the normal tier comes out of raids. And I'll need at least some gear from those for Savage, so I got 2 weeks to get through the story.
Okay. Is it 2 weeks to the story and then 2 weeks, or 2 weeks until raids and then another 2 until Savage? Is that how it works? You get a month till Savage?
Yeah, for the first tier, they space it out by 2 weeks. So.
And are the extremes available on launch or after the same time as the normal raids?
The first 2 will be available at launch.
Okay.
So it'll be Anima and the Magus Sisters will have extreme versions at launch. And then whatever the story bosses will be at Savage launch, I think.
The third piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, whatever the final boss ends up being.
All right.
Other than that, I felt like there was one more game out there, but no, those were really the primary 2. Oh yeah, it was Warhammer 3, but that's out till next year.
Is that a date? No date yet, right? I think
no, there's no date for that yet.
Spring, I think is what they
spring,
said.
Yeah.
What a beautiful time to devote yourself to the Blood God in the nice, beautiful springtime.
Mm-hmm. Or the Changer of Ways, or the Schemer. Yeah, there's a lot of... Those factions are going to be so fun to Warhammer 3.
Or the Dragon Lady.
Mm-hmm. Cafe.
Dwagon Lady.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Shit's going to be good. What about you, Albert? What do you got? What are you going to be playing?
We got Endwalker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We got Battlefield, but that one might be on the back burner. I'm going to wait for them to work out the bugs in the first month.
Yeah, I feel it's going to be kind of a dumpster fire for the first couple weeks.
Yep. And then there is a game that just came out that I saw a bunch of reviews for. It's called Packing Up or something like
Unpacking. That. It came out today.
Unpacking.
I actually just bought it.
Oh, Tristan, I got up. That game is like, it fills the void of Power Washing Simulator is what that game does. Okay.
Put that in the testimonials. Like what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the game that you just, it's sad. It's oddly satisfying. I like unpacking and organizing things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that game, it's when I get that, I just can't describe it. It's too much. I was going to be playing Advance Wars next month, but now I'm not. I actually don't know what even comes out in December. Should I Google this right now? I know what I'm playing in January. Upcoming November, December. This Games Radar, update your website. Okay, Advance Wars 1+2 is not coming out. Also, Halo Infinite says December 8th. What is that? Did it get changed?
I have no idea anymore.
I always thought Halo was a December launch, but maybe not. January, though, gonna be playing some Elden Ring. That's for show.
Oh, Elden Ring.
Okay, thanks, guys.
We got it.
And then a game that came out last week, and I really want to play it, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. Maybe that'll be my December game. Age of Empires 4.
I've been hearing a lot of good things about it.
Same.
People have been saying it's a really good RTS game, which is good to hear, because I remember their first gameplay trailer that kind of released didn't look that great. But I watched some of the full release build, and it looks pretty good. It's got that classic RTS experience, but a little, polished up for current gen. It's looking pretty good.
The other game that I'll eventually get to, I might wait for sale, is Metroid Dread.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's very short, I heard. So it's like, I kind of want to wait till it's on sale.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the primary gripe I've heard is, it's very short.
All right. Sorry, I'm looking up January game releases right now real quick. Okay, give me 1 second. Oh, Monster Hunter Rise comes out on PC.
Oh, yeah, Monster Hunter Rise. Yeah, that's going to be a big one for me, too.
And God of War 2. Oh!
God of War Ragnarok or PC version?
PC port of the PS game, yeah. Oh, Elden Ring got delayed. What am I talking about? I got delayed to Feb 25, same day as Saints Row. We talked about that. I forgot about that.
Oh, I forgot about Saints Row.
Elden Ring. Oh, well, Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West.
I might honestly pick up the new Saints Row. That game looks I think I'm kind of in the mood for an open world game.
You know, there's this great game. It's called Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh. You know, we're getting close to Skyrim also re-releasing again.
It is. I heard they're going to break all the
time
mods
of the decade.
Too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like an anniversary edition that's like, it's got like pre-mods put into it. I have no idea if it's going to be the same mod infrastructure as the special edition that came out a few years ago or not. If it doesn't, that'd be pretty shitty. Because, mod makers will have to make yet another version of their mods.
They already confirmed that it's going to break all the mods or something like that.
Okay. That is wild. Skyrim modding scene in shambles right now. But okay.
It's okay.
They'll do it again.
They're used to it, okay?
Yeah.
Alrighty. That was nice and impromptu.
Mm-hmm.
But now, we continue with a game we just talked about. God of War coming to PC. Big news.
Mm-hmm. As the leak suggested, it is happening.
Yeah, and I forgot I should have pulled up that list of the GeForce Now leaks, which apparently is what a lot of these titles were.
Mm-hmm.
I think Final Fantasy VII Remake was on that list, right?
It was,
It was? Yeah.
Finally, another venue for me to try to
Tristan, I tell you, with an SSD. Oh, but you had an SSD because you had the PS5
version.
The
PS5 version.
My goodness.
So it's no reason.
I'm bringing it back, guys. I'm bringing it back.
The next
back. Yep.
We need another Seattle trip, and this time we're just going to stay in your house and we're playing FF7.
No, we're going to Canada this time.
Oh, we're going...
And you guys aren't leaving until I finish it.
My first trip to Canada, and we're just going to spend it all in his apartment playing FF7.
No. I'll have my Steam Deck by then. Play it on the go.
Okay. Get poutine and FF7 with Tifa.
Exactly.
What could be better?
I just realized that's the thing you can do now. You can get FF7 Remake on my Steam Deck. Interesting. Anyways, God of War coming to PC. Cool stuff. Also related to PlayStation, Sony forming their PlayStation PC label, which essentially is, alluding to the fact that they're kind of creeping up on Microsoft's coattails here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been previously very slow at releasing some of their previous titles. Horizon and Days Gone came out eventually on PC. So I'm curious if this shift towards really acknowledging PlayStation PC as a brand, if they're going to be much more aggressive in pushing out these releases.
Like simultaneous release?
No, probably not I don't know if they do simultaneous, because I think Sony still wants you to be playing on PlayStation, but I don't know.
See, that's what I said, thought they're not gonna be the same level as Xbox.
I don't think they will.
Yeah, until they do that, and I don't think they will.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they'll go to that extent, just because Microsoft is Microsoft, obviously, but Sony, I think, will still want to primarily be console, but then maybe after 3 months or something, they'll drop it on PC after.
And it all makes sense, right? Like, I think we might have talked about this last time when Horizon Zero Dawn came out, but people were theorizing, like, you know that all these games that have been coming to PC are all games coming to PS5 with a sequel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it's like, hey, I really like God of War. Hey, well, I was gonna say Days Gone, but nope, not that one. But God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn both getting sequels next year, only coming to PS5, so, you know. In case, you know, Sony's like, hey guys, we can produce so many consoles that we need even more people to buy them. Let's do this PC thing. But you know what? We love it as PC gamers. We love it.
Yeah, and it seems like the natural thing for them to start stancing towards, given that like Capcom has very publicly acknowledged that they are almost going to be using PC as its primary platform, almost focusing on it as much more of a big factor of their marketing.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it PC game, and it's becoming the big thing again.
Prediction: the next game after God of War will be Spider-Man. Before the Spider-Man Venom game comes out, they'll bring the first one over to PC. And you were going to say Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happening. That's what a lot of people want to happen, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done a modern Bloodborne or like a re-release of it. Yeah, I think Spider-Man's probably the most likely though.
Spider-Man. I'm trying to think of more, but
Ratchet and Clank, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be interesting. See, that one's interesting because there's no sequel coming out that we know of yet, and like that one is currently like one of the big games on the platform.
Right,
so I don't know if they would bring
one,
that one over yet.
There's one.
Currently, it's been PS4 games only, right? And Spider-Man was still a PS4 game.
Right.
I'm trying to, and they're bringing in the Uncharted trilogy, right? That got announced a while ago. Man, I keep saying Persona 5, man, bring it to PC.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing is, yeah, Atlas titles, they typically have a hard time moving across platforms for whatever reason.
All right. I had one question off this, and that's, all right, what studio out there do you guys wish took PC gaming more seriously, or at least PC as a platform?
I'm trying to remember what games I even play on the console. Nintendo.
Okay, that's the pipe dream. Okay, are we being realistic? We're pipe dreaming here.
Yeah, Nintendo's the big one, but yeah, you'll never get them. Mine's kind of weird, but it's like partly Sega in their rhythm games department. Not releasing like Project Diva on PC. I wish it would come to PC. I just want to play Miku, you know?
I wonder if that's a licensing thing.
Yeah, it probably is.
Like, it's harder to get it on a PC platform.
Yeah.
I want to say Square Enix, they do a pretty good job, but I feel like their stuff is really delayed. And that's why I feel like it's less of a pipe dream per se, right? Or even like a hard want versus like a publisher who doesn't do it at all versus a publisher who's always doing it. But I would just rather like either simultaneous launch or like not 3 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and some of Square Enix's ports they do are actually kind of really not the best ports in the world. Some of them have some really weird performance issues, like FF13 did. FF15, the original edition did. I think the Royal Edition fixed all of it, but yeah, they have some weird ports at times.
Yeah, and these PlayStation games that have been coming over, I didn't hear anything about Days Gone, but everyone knows like the horrors that.
Yeah, Horizon without patches was really performance heavy at launch.
Yeah, they obviously like they outsource it to a third party, which is fine. But apparently, people looked into the history of that studio and it was kind of murky. And then apparently, this God of War port is also not being done in house; it's being done by a different third party studio, which apparently has a little better of a track record. But you know, who knows? Tristan, did you answer the question?
Yeah, I said Nintendo.
Can we get a serious answer?
That is a serious answer.
That's a never gonna happen. I would have said Nintendo, but I know it's not happening.
Well, guys, have you heard about this new emulator for the Nintendo Switch? It runs all your games at 60 FPS. This is like a whole Metroid Dread drama, so I'm just trying to be topical.
Wait, Metroid Dread drama?
Yeah, basically the day it came out, Kotaku did that thing
right.
about like,
Yeah.
Hey, you can just run on emulator and it runs way better. Go figure.
All right, moving on.
Oh, one aside though, since Bloodborne was mentioned, do you think Demon's Souls is going to get a PC release?
Ooh.
Is it going to leave a Sony platform?
It'll be, if it does, it'll be a while. It's a PS5 exclusive, right? That's the difference once again, right?
It is.
Yeah, I don't think for a while. If anything, what would be cool would, if they were to do like a Bloodborne remake and then bring Demon's Souls remake to PC or something like that. But once again, do like the whole Bloodborne remake is only on PS5
I guess, have one product on the console, then they can take the old one, put it on PC.
Yeah, it's a really smart idea, right? It's because like that game is really good, and it's not like it's going to generate a bunch of sales like 4 years down the line. So let's.
But yeah, throwing it into the PC crowd, it's going to generate a lot of sales. And everyone will buy Demon's Souls if they like the Soul series. So yeah, it'd be like free money at that point.
Free money, it prints money.
It just prints money, bird.
All right, here's a random headline that's in my news article document that I don't know if you guys want to talk anything about, but Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition.
Yeah, I was watching it.
It looks like a...
Go ahead, Tristan. What do you think it looks like?
It looks like a 3DS version of the game. It looks kind of wonky.
So the graphical changes, especially for 3 and Vice City, they remind me of like Sims 3.
Oh yeah,
like that pudding kind of like really soft shading effects and stuff. That's what it reminded me of. San Andreas overall looked fine. I don't know why that one looks more normal than the other ones, but yeah, they went for more of like a cartoon caricatures, which I don't know. I think it's gonna be okay.
You know what it actually really reminds me of? It's like when people took those old games and were like RTX on. It's like the texture quality is still very mediocre, but the shaders look really good.
Yeah, so and they gave the cars like really good reflections.
Exactly.
On their paint jobs, yeah.
There's like an imbalanced level of polish, right?
Yeah, it definitely it's a bit jarring. I think that's a good way to put it.
The car guy was really, really passionate, and then they like outsourced the character models to offshore or something like that.
Exactly. But regardless of this, unless you guys had anything more about the definitive, like the game itself, I mean, it's cool, I guess.
I think the only note that I put was anything. Did I write this? I wrote this, right? Anything but to release GTA 6.
Yeah, and that's where we're headed next, and like. People give Valve a lot of crap for like not making a game, and you know, obviously, I don't want to say like deservedly so, because it's like, you know, the companies don't owe people anything in terms of games or whatnot, but like, Rockstar hasn't like made a game in a while. When did Red Dead 2 come out? Was that 3 years ago? 4 years ago? Maybe it was 2 years ago. Was it?
I think it's 2018.
I want to say 3 years.
Yeah, October 26th, 18th.
Okay. So, like, 3 years ago, they came out with Red Dead. And before that, it was like...
GTA 5?
Was it GTA 5?
It was GTA 5 and just GTA Online stuff.
Yeah, so it's like... I don't... Rockstar's very interesting. I don't know. I don't play a lot of their games, but, like... I'm surprised they don't get as much crap. Well, I guess they get crap for a different... They get crap for constantly, like, re-releasing GTA, which is like what, you know, Bethesda gets hit on with the Skyrim stuff. But they don't get a lot of crap for, like, not releasing games, which is kind of weird.
Well, also, their games, when they do release it, are good.
Oh.
Whereas Valve is, like, hit or miss, right?
Valve?
Weren't we talking about Valve versus Rockstar?
Yeah, I also brought up Bethesda, but what
Bethesda.
Games that Valve has brought out were hit or miss?
Artifact?
Oh, that's true. But that's just...
That's
I
like
agree
one
with
of
that.
four games that they released in the last
Well,
decade.
yeah, the problem is they just haven't released much,
Yeah. So proportionally, it's not a lot, but I don't know. I saw a rumor and I didn't link an article because I couldn't find a thing, but some person who's like a really big Rockstar person posted a video, like a 15-minute video, that apparently GTA 6 is having like big turmoil internally at the development at Rockstar, and it's having a lot of problems, but it's just like, what's happening at that company? Especially because that was like the whole like crunch scenario. No, was that
was for Red Dead.
That was for Red Dead too?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Big crunch.
Yeah, where they had the crunch issues, yes.
Yeah, and that's where that kicked off a lot of the discussion the past couple of years about crunch, I think, right?
Yeah, overall on labor working, and just pushing them hours and hours on end.
So you know what? Now that I've brought that up, maybe it's a good thing they're not coming. Maybe they're finally not crunching.
Yeah, they're doing the when it's ready strategy rather than trying to push something out at a date it shouldn't be. Maybe. Who knows?
Rockstar, interesting place. That was essentially this whole discussion. I didn't know how to where to lead it. Yeah,
Rockstar's always been pretty close-handed with any kind of announcements. They really seem to hold things until they're really sure they're ready to release something. Just seems to be their strategy.
And even then they're not sure. They just crunch it the rest of the way and they get there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right. Tristan, got anything about Rockstar?
Rockstar? Oh god.
Rockstar killed Tristan.
How about some Midnight Run? Remember that series?
I have no idea what that is.
Maybe
Midnight Club, the racing game.
Yeah, racing game.
How old was that?
The last Midnight Club that they released, I believe, was in like 2000. Oh god.
Was it pre-GTA 5 or post-GTA 5?
Oh, pre.
That's how we measure time.
2009, the last time. Last game came out in 09.
09. Crazy.
It's Ping Pong 2.
You know, random thing. Also, what's Ping Pong 2?
The game they haven't made yet. The sequel to Ping Pong 1.
Oh. Random thing. Well, I was thinking, we talk about GTA 5 releasing. I saw a comment, you were bringing up Skyrim earlier, that in 9 days, it'll be the 10-year anniversary of Skyrim, which is crazy.
Yeah, 11/11. It's coming.
What a good release date. Hey, just remember Starfield next year.
22. Wait, that doesn't work.
Isn't it 11/22/22 or something like that? No, it's 11/11/22. 11/11/22, that's what it was. Anywho, speaking of one big giant game, let's talk about another. Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk.
We're back to Cyberpunk. It's all a
Cyberpunk 2077. We all know the story. We all
Give us a
joked
recap.
about it.
Give us a recap for the listeners who may not know the story.
How PG do I have to be?
What, is it gonna be rated R? Wait,
No, here's the non-PG version. You can cut this out if we can't put this in, but a shit show. All right, pretty easy. The PG version is
a circus.
A circus of value, not really. Bad value. Either way, where's this all headed? It came out a mess. We all joked, "Oh, it'll be better in a year, right?" That's all. Witcher 3 was the same way. Everyone said that, right? Witcher 2, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, just give us. We're like Bethesda. Just give us time.
But I've got you, Tristan.
Why? What happened?
Cyberpunk came out in December of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But all updates and all future DLC have been pushed back to 2022.
Damn it.
That's more than a year.
How do I get my $60 back at this point?
Ooh, I don't even. Is it back on the PlayStation Store?
I don't think so.
Because I realize one of the things that they're having trouble with and what they're pushing back is the old what? The old gen?
Old gen?
What do we call? What is it called? Old gen? Last gen?
Last gen.
Last gen consoles. They're having trouble getting it to run. Which
actually, I just looked it up. It is on the PlayStation Store now.
Okay. Does it play any better?
I wouldn't think so. I don't know.
All right. Regardless, Here's a question. Would you guys purchase DLC for this game?
Negative.
No, but I think they said it's free, so...
All of it? I'm skimming this
so.
thing. I'm skimming it. It sounds like there'll be some free DLC, but some paid DLC.
How could they?
What did they even add? That's my question. The story's like over.
Well, it's like Fallout. You can just add on new shit. It's not
like
that hard.
like a new storyline.
Yeah, like Far Harbor or like all the like swamp DLC and whatever.
I don't think
Fallout
we're going anywhere.
3.
Are we going somewhere else?
Day
Ooh,
City.
That's a good question. No, stop. Day Farm. You
Day
gotta
Farm.
go, double opposite.
Day Village.
Day Village.
With how little they've utilized some of Night City, I think they could just add a lot of like intercity DLC content and it'd probably be fine. I don't think they'd need to add new continents, or not new continent, but like a new city or like outposts or anything like that quite yet. I don't think they need to go that far, but they basically like model building interiors and stuff.
I think I already know like things they could do easily, right? So the easy one is, you dug a lot into like the Arasaka Corporation in the first or in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They could easily just, bring up another big company that's like trying to push their way into Night City or something like that, right? Yeah. And that, boom, next DLC is, I'm going to make up a name.
Zuck crossover. Meta.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
They
got brain dance and everything already, right? It's like...
I forgot that was even a thing. I forgot brain dancing was even a thing. It was really annoying.
They used it
really
like twice, and then they never used it again.
It was boring. It was
I thought it was pretty cool.
It was like, go be a Walmart security guard at night and like go sift through some security footage. Anyways, so we already said not gonna buy anything. Is there anything this game can do to win you back?
I've already purchased it, so I guess I'll play it eventually. But I'm still waiting for the updates to play it fully.
I don't know. At this point, like, I beat the game. I don't want to play through it again. Right?
You don't have to play through it again. If it's like what like Witcher does, right? Is Witcher, you beat the game, then the expansion packs is just like on top of the ending. In fact, you don't have to beat the game to play the other ones. It's the classic, like, you've unlocked this thing. You need to be at least this level, but then you talk to this guy and it'll teleport you over there.
Well, I think part of the update's appeal is that they're gonna fix the game, right?
Was that really? Is that the DLC or are those just updates?
Those are the fixes.
Those are the fixes. Maybe it's fixed already. I could just go play it again.
There are largely parts of it that are fixed now.
I see. I don't know. I feel like if it's just more of the same shooting and driving, all that stuff, I feel like I had my fill.
But you could do the Delamain quest again.
That's true. That was fun. I don't know.
Here's the real question. He says for the third time. Tristan, was the game more fun with bugs or without the bugs?
I think it was more fun with the bugs.
See? Yeah. I agree with you. I agree.
The game, I feel like the game was so vanilla and kind of dry the whole time. I think that was the issue. The bugs at least made it cute.
You were looking out for them.
Yeah.
You're looking out for the bugs. Alrighty. So it sounds like CD Projekt CD Projekt works.
I hope they do.
I think CD Projekt Red has their work cut out for them to win back the trust. Or do you think they've lost trust at this point? Do you think if they announce Witcher 4 and it looks great, do you think people are hesitant on picking up that game after Cyberpunk?
Yes.
Also, by the time like Witcher 4 comes out, like it's gonna be a new generation of gamers.
Will be in the next gen, and then they'll be in the same problem though, because then they need to make the last. You think they ever make that mistake again? That's an interesting question. If they're at launch with a last gen console and the next gen has just come out, like, we won't say 1 month because that's literally what they released. Like the next gen consoles came out in like November and they launched in December. Let's say like 6 months ago, right? Would they release on last gen?
I don't think they would do that again.
I think it's lessons learned, yeah. I don't think they'll release on last gen again.
They're scarred. They're like, never again.
I think
they should have learned from the Witcher Switch version.
The what, Tristan?
I think the consequences outweigh the potential wins. Right?
Agreed.
They're like, hey, we'll get access to this like other user base who don't have a PS5 yet. And then, they got delisted and all this other stuff, so I would say
what's funny is that they probably made a boatload of money, right? The fact that they launched they definitely did, because, the amount of next-gen consoles out at the time of 1 month would probably be like a couple million tops, right? That would be like the initial launch batch. But like, they essentially cashed out on last gen, potentially in terms of like risking their future, right?
Right.
Like, I remember someone talking, there's this whole WoW thing been going on, right? And we'll get to Blizzard in a second here, but apparently someone talked with Mike Moraheim, former Blizzard guy, and he used to bring up the term of a brand deposit and a brand withdrawal.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, there are some moves you make when it comes to a game in which, I don't think he used this phrase, but essentially you milk your fan base a little, right? You milk them of a little money, and you're withdrawing from the brand. But he's like, you need to make sure that even if if you withdraw, you at some point need to deposit back in. Right. Otherwise the brand sort of, withers away and dies. And they took a huge withdrawal on that decision. And,
funny how someone from Blizzard coined this notion.
Well, see, that's the thing. Mike Moreheim doesn't work there anymore, right? Mm-hmm. He left a couple years ago to form his own indie studio. So
he cashed out, as one would say.
Well, maybe he saw things coming. We'll get to Blizzard. You know what? We'll get to them. We'll keep moving on now, so we can get to them. Here's a random thing: Fortnite in China is shutting down in 2 weeks. That's it.
You think this is it for Fortnite? They're not allowed in China anymore. They're not on iOS anymore.
They're allowed in China. They just don't want to be in China anymore.
I see. They're not on iOS anymore. What's next?
Apparently there's like a lot of not apparently, but there's a lot of, as we know, like maybe us on the podcast know, but there's a lot of rules of the CCP cutting down and making regulations on like underage gaming. It sounds like some nefarious term. Those underage gamers.
Yeah.
Like you're limited to
they're restricting the amount of hours of gaming you can do like per day or per week.
Exactly.
Like heavily if you're a minor.
Huh.
And because of that, it might have not been because of that, but the numbers of Fortnite players in China could already been pretty low, right?
Yep.
So along with the combined in the fact that a lot of younger people tend to play Fortnite, and in China, those gamers can't play more than 90 minutes a day or a week. I forget what it was.
A week?
I think it's I don't know what it is. Probably
I think
it's
per day. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard sometimes it's it depends on your age. I think it can go up to go down to 60 minutes a day or something, like an hour a day.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you get up to 2. I think that's what I saw.
But because, they can't play the game and it's, kind of probably not easy to maintain because China has a whole bunch, you essentially need to make a whole separate version of your game, right? To keep it running in China.
Yeah. It's like a special version of Fortnite that has a lot of features taken out. I think microtransactions are not in the game. Yep. And they had some gameplay feature changes.
There's always the asset thing, right? That's never been a new thing, right? Like Dota has always had a,
where they have to change sensitive things. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No skulls and whatnot. Yep. So maybe it, in this case, unlike the Apple one, I think it was a epic decision like that. An epic decision that they were just
we'll just make our money somewhere else.
We'll make our money somewhere. It's not worth the money here. We'll release Fortnite in Antarctica and the polar bears will love it or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
But if you install VPN on your phone, am I gonna get arrested for suggesting a workaround?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Xi Jinping is about to send his hit squad after you.
Yeah, they're on the way. Anywho, that's just a little tidbit on Fortnite. Very interesting. I think Fortnite is still I haven't seen numbers for Fortnite. Well, we saw revenue a while ago, but it still makes a lot of money, so. Yeah,
it's just it's almost like, I don't know if people play it for the video game aspect anymore. It feels like almost just a branding engine at this point. They're just
it is.
We're clapping.
Put Ariana Grande in there.
Got Ariana Grande as a fighter, got Blackpink in there. I don't know what's going on anymore. I think Blackpink was PUBG, but,
Was it? I guess
Same
they're Korean.
energy.
They could
Yeah.
they could get the Korean, the K-pop in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a new character that also got added recently. I don't remember who it
Yeah,
was.
they just throw in characters constantly. It's at this point, yeah, it's just the collab engine. It's like almost like Mortal Kombat, where they just add a bunch of old retro characters. They're like,
It's
hey,
worse than Mortal Kombat. This
hey,
is literally
Boomer,
just like
you remember this character? They're in this game now.
it's kind of off-putting a little, where it's like, hey, we need, this celebrity in front of a bunch of eyes, right? What are the kids playing right now? Fortnite. All right, let's go collab with Fortnite, right? It says X and X brand, and it's kind of, it's a little scummy. It looks a little scummy.
Yeah, it is what it is. Branding to kids.
All I know is in terms of Fortnite revenue, you only know Fortnite revenue is going down when Epic Game Store stops giving out free games. That's how we know it's bad.
The gauge.
Exactly. Alrighty. Tristan put this one in here. He was making a big hubbub about it the other day, and I want to hear his thoughts, because I was just like, okay. But Roblox over the weekend had, I think it was like a 48-hour outage.
Wait, did I make a hubbub about it? I don't think I even brought it up.
You posted the tweet.
I just added it because
No, you posted the tweet like in our Discord channel too.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
So I was like, Tristan is very interested in this article. Therefore, Tristan, my good man.
Yeah, he's gonna have a great take for this. I'm curious what he thinks about Roblox.
Yeah.
It went down. I heard it was some like
beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
Guys, hot off the presses.
Okay. It went down.
Roblox went down.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's interesting. It wasn't even like a peak incident or anything. It just like, I guess there were just too many users and their systems couldn't scale over the long term, so it just went down.
Was it a server issue, you think? Because I looked at their tweets and they were like, we're looking into the issue, we're looking into the issue, we're looking into the issue, and then it's like, we found the issue, right? And I don't know if it would take them 2 days to be like, there were too many people on the server.
They said it was like a bug in the backend communication server that would only happen under heavy load.
Ah.
And it's like only under heavy load because so many people are using Roblox.
Okay.
It kind of felt like a weird flex bro moment of I don't know.
It's like when Square Enix was like, we ran out of digital keys for Final Fantasy 14.
So they're like, it was hard to debug because we couldn't really replicate that situation easily or something.
And they're like, and the developer who coded it would have never thought it would be this successful.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
we never thought we would get to exploit this much child labor to dev game modes.
Oh gosh.
Did I actually post it? I just searched in our server.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Oh no, what?
Tristan's a
Somebody
Roblox
did.
shill.
Maybe it was Albert. I don't know.
I don't care
It was
about
one
Roblox.
of you guys. Maybe I just saw it on our
No, I saw it too, Alex. We both saw it.
Schrodinger's Roblox.
I'm looking it up. I'm like searching it. There's no Twitter link, no Roblox.
Maybe it was
stuff.
Tony.
Okay, wait. We're taking a mini break.
Yeah, we gotta audit now.
We gotta audit. I saw the link. I swear when I saw the link again, I was like, oh, Tristan put this Roblox link in again.
I searched Roblox in both servers.
Maybe you deleted
Same.
it. Maybe you're trying to hide the evidence.
I don't know. I thought I saw it, but maybe I didn't.
I swear to God.
That's why I was confused when you had that segue. I'm like, I didn't even... like, this is the first time I'm talking about this.
Maybe I'm just pushing my dreams onto you.
We like Roblox.
Guys, we didn't talk about Cole Cassidy, by the way.
Who?
No one put a Cole Cassidy link in.
Who's Cole Cassidy?
The new McCree.
Oh! Overwatch, of course. So relevant.
I just love playing Roblox. Have you seen the new...
Give us money. Give us money.
Give us money.
Oh, what?
Have you seen the Squid game that they made in Roblox? Whew.
Oh, I'm sure
I haven't seen Squid Game yet. No spoilers.
Well, here is a spoiler. There are no squids.
Oh.
Yeah, there's
I'm going back to Splatoon.
Yeah, I was expecting Splatoon level gameplay in that show, and I was very disappointed.
All right, we're going to move on. Here's a quick one. There is a leak of Warner Bros. Multiverse, which is essentially...
It's getting out of hand. Sakurai retires and, everyone's just popping up now.
Yep,
Everyone
first
wants
Nickelodeon.
to be the next Smash, yeah.
Then Warner Bros. What do we got next? What's next?
What? Marvel already exists.
Are you talking about like Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they've grown since the last MVC came out, and that there's never going to be another Marvel vs. Capcom.
How about a Microsoft one? You got like Master Chief isn't in Smash, so he's got to have his own game.
Master Chef. Who would be in the Microsoft one?
A Forza car.
Okay, I like it.
Is it time for PlayStation Battle Royale 2?
Wasn't it like PlayStation All Stars?
It's All Stars.
Oh yeah, it's PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale something.
Does it even have the word Battle Royale in it?
Featuring Funky Kong mode or whatever.
Oh
yeah.
No. They can actually get Dante though in that one.
They had Dante, the wrong version of
From
Dante, but they had him.
Series.
Yeah.
What if the Microsoft one also has Banjo? Because they owned Rare.
Yeah, it would have to be Nuts and Bolts version. So
Oh no!
Oh yeah, he's
inferior
gonna build a
version.
car. Yeah.
Yep. And then you can race against Forza car.
Oh my god.
Wait, can I play Flight Simulator plane as a character in that?
Mm-hmm.
Half the characters in this game are like just objects.
Inanimate objects.
I want to play Clippy,
Oh boy.
my personal assistant. But seriously though, Warner Bros.
Dude, Skyrim characters.
Let me list the
Skyrim.
characters. Steven Universe, Adventure Time, Batman / Harley Quinn, which is like, what? Okay, I guess. Superman, Wonder Woman, Gandalf, why?
Hell yeah.
Rick and Morty, why?
You
Tom
need a
and
high
Jerry,
IQ to play that
Bugs
one.
Bunny, and then, yeah.
So, do you think Samwise Gamgee's gonna be a character in this game? Can I pick my boy Sam?
What's his final smash? Is it going to be like boil him, mash him, stick him in
Of
the stew,
course
and
he's
then-
gonna.
It's like
he's
Kirby's.
gonna make-
It's like
yeah.
Kirby. He puts him in the pot.
He's gonna
Oh my
potato
God.
stew you, and he's gonna carry your burdens.
He goes ding, ding, ding. He rings the bell, and then he puts him in the
Mhm.
pot. Bro, I want to see what Gollum is going to be like. Oh my god, I just said Gollum. It reminded me of the Gollum game that's coming out too.
Wait, why is Gollum gonna be in this game?
Because Gandalf's in it, bro.
Now we need a villain, unless they do Dark Lord Sauron as.
Okay, that would be sick. Let's be real here. That would be sick.
BOP.
This seems like such a weird multi.
When's Harry Potter gonna be in here? I think Harry Potter's is also.
Oh, he is Warner Bros.
Yes,
Warner Brothers.
he would be. Yeah, let's
There's
get
too much
Ron Weasley in there.
Has the Rowling controversy died down on that yet?
Oh, I don't think that ever. She just like fuels it every day.
Yeah, she just logs on Twitter and she goes buck wild.
Okay, nope. See, can't be in it then. Also, there is that new Harry Potter game coming out though, so maybe never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Here are some Warner Brothers like produced films that can also be in here. Bill and Ted.
Okay, Keanu.
Keanu.
Can
you
I?
love him.
Okay.
Godzilla.
If Keanu, if Keanu fought Superman, who would win?
Keanu as
As
Reeves
Bill?
or like
As Bill.
as
let's
Bill.
say.
Okay.
Also, Godzilla, Nickelodeon has Reptar. I mean, it can work, right? And you know what? If they put Godzilla in the game, Sakurai can't complain about putting Ridley, okay? They literally put Godzilla in their game.
Yeah, that's true.
No more complaining, Sakurai.
Happy Feet?
No, I never saw that movie anyways.
Or I don't know. How do we feel about the almost meme level party game? As a
I actually
genre.
like, sometimes when it comes to these games, the more jank the game, the more fun it is.
I haven't
I
watched the
agree.
Nickelodeon one. Is it actually good as a competitive fighter, or is it just like a meme game?
It's
as a competitive
incredibly unbalanced right now,
fighter?
which as a competitive game makes it horrible, but as a fun game with your friends, it's amazing, I heard.
Okay,
It also has like netcode rollback for some reason.
cool.
Just flex on Nintendo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Albert. I feel like these games, the sillier and dumber it is, the actual, more fun it is.
Yeah, when they're like an actual party game, where they just fully lean into it.
Yeah, it's like you don't care much about the skill or whatever. It's just like dumb fun.
Yeah.
Like come on, Gandalf versus like you know Jerry Tristan from that what face Jerry meme.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could have that matchup and we could see who wins.
He hits your screen when he gets knocked off the stage.
Exactly.
He just has that face. Yeah. I don't know. I think this could be cool. They have a lot of cool franchises under Warner Bros. So it could be something funny.
I just have no idea how this is gonna work. Like, how does Superman fight like Rick from Rick and Morty?
Jerry. Superman versus Jerry.
Like, how does Jerry win that? Or unless they're one character, they could be like combined into one character or something.
I mean, they've done like Injustice before, and then has like Batman versus. Well, I guess Batman versus Superman's kind of played out, but like Mortal Kombat characters versus superheroes.
Wait, I just realized if this is a Warner Bros. Fighting game and there are no other Looney Tunes characters in this game, disappointed.
You think the Big Chungus will be a character?
Oh my god!
No.
It's an alternate skin for Bugs.
I was thinking like Tasmanian Devil or something.
Yeah, he hasn't been showing much.
How about the French skunk?
Oh, Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah,
Pepe. I think he's been canceled because he's
no. Stop. Alex keeps getting the wrong. He's like, "Oh, Bugs? You mean Chungus? Oh, Pepe? You mean? Oh, he's been canceled too." Oh God! All right, let's keep moving. I have no idea if this game actually exists. And whenever you know what, I get like random flashbacks to
what?
Star Fox Grand Prix. Remember that one?
That never came out, did it?
It never got announced. It just disappeared into the ether.
You know what game we know isn't ever coming out? Overwatch 2.
No, that's coming out because we're talking about right now. Delayed to 2023 as well as Diablo 4 delayed. But the bigger news is, or not the bigger news maybe, but related news that I want to talk about first before that was BlizzCon online canceled. And originally they were like, oh, first of all, they essentially were like with COVID and like some of the stuff that's been happening internally, like it wasn't the best time, which I agree with those two fronts.
It would be wildly horrible optics right now to celebrate Blizzard.
Yeah, let's go throw a party.
In any capacity. Yeah. Let's throw this self-endearing celebration.
They're gonna have like little show floor things and it's like, hey guys, here's the Cosby room. Here's the Cosby suite.
Oh
no.
like,
oh no. But yeah, I can agree with those two, but the one thing they didn't say, but they did say like, hey, each of our respective games will be announcing things throughout the year. And then literally today, like the two games everyone cares about, they're like, it's delayed. And then secretly, I think most online gamers right now are thinking, you guys delayed it because you had nothing to show. Which honestly, I'm fine. Because if they had to get another guy up there to talk about a mobile game, I think everyone would have like publicly like destroyed them on Twitter and Reddit and Facebook. Do people use Facebook? On Meta.
I feel right now Blizzard just can't do anything. I don't think they're allowed to at the moment. I think anything they would release would be negatively taken at this point in time. I think they still need to just work out whatever they're working out and then come back.
Well, Alex, what if I told you that one of the two co-presidents, Jen O'Neill, is leaving?
I don't know. That's a bit saucy, because that means there's only a male lead now, isn't there?
And I was reading O'Neill's, like, goodbye letter, and it's, like, worrying. She's like, this energy has inspired me to leave. Like, that's literally what she says, right?
I've seen how much of a crapshoot this companies can be. So I want to spend the rest of my career making sure this never happens again.
Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of Kaplan's departure. I remember that one. He must have probably saw some headwind of what was starting to occur Or at least getting a lot of information handed to him.
And it's like, I don't want to blame her. Obviously, like, some people are going a little overboard where it's like, wow, okay, Blizzard, I see. Like, you promoted her just for the PR and now she's leaving. And it's like, I think that's a little far. I think she really wanted the role. And obviously, you know, we've talked about it many times on this podcast before, right? With people leaving, like, very soon after joining something, where it's like, you never know what something is until you actually do it, right?
Yeah.
So, especially in a high profile public position under a company that's under that much heat, you know, I can definitely see why someone would do a couple months and be like, you know what? This actually isn't the job for me. It does bring up the problem where it's like, you know, definitely it was seen as a good step forward having the co-leaders and one of them being female, but now you're bound to only the one male co-leader again. Not saying, you know, Mike Ybarra in terms of like what sort of culture he promotes is anywhere as bad as it was. In fact, from what I've heard, he's a really great guy, and you know, he could definitely be someone who turns the ship around, but it's a little disheartening, I think, for potentially some of the female employees there that might work there, or not even just female, but the employees in general there, sort of seeing this as a little bit of a demotivator. But I don't work there, so I don't know for sure, but you know, that's my opinion.
Yeah, it's a rough situation as a leader to be put into. When you're just stepping into the role, you're having to deal with this massive fallout of all these things that have been occurring under people's watch knowingly.
Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to bring up. Let me look it up real quick.
I just wanted to note that while you're doing that, I love how the press statement by Blizzard Activision, I guess, has all these like big name franchises like Call of Duty, Diablo, Overwatch, and at the end it has like Candy Crush.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that one on there. Yeah, that's their big five. They're like, all right, guys, we need a fifth one. What do we got?
StarCraft? No.
They're throwing me some names. Activision was like, all we got is Call of Duty. Does Warzone count as its own thing?
Lost Vikings. Bring it back.
Commander Keen.
Oh, isn't that Bethesda?
Oh, is that Bethesda? Ah.
Yeah, that's Bethesda.
But yeah, that's definitely rough, though, for Overwatch 2 especially. I feel like, I think I'm basically a broken record at this point. I feel like Overwatch 2 should have been out a long time ago. I don't know what issues they've been running into that could possibly be driving development that hard.
You know, it brings me back, Alex, because I remember saying this, and I will personally say I was wrong. We thought when Jeff Kaplan left, I said it's most likely the case where this game is almost ready to ship, and he's ready to move out the door. And now we know that this game is at least one more year away, which definitely at the time he left, which was like 6 months ago, he might have saw that this was a very sinking ship. Yeah.
No, I definitely know Kaplan was at least aware of probably some things going on.
And didn't the other guy leave too? The guy who took over for him? Or we talked a couple months or a couple episodes ago about someone else who left on the Overwatch team, I think.
I don't know.
He was like a game
Aaron
developer.
Something?
Executive producer.
Executive producer.
He ran, I think he ran Owl. No. No, he was just an executive producer. Just, quote unquote.
Yeah,
anyways,
that's rough because it's been long known that basically all their development staff has been moved over to Overwatch 2 from Overwatch. So there really hasn't been anything major released for Overwatch 1 right now. For now basically like a year and a half, and now they're like, well, we got at least like half a year. Who knows? They didn't say more, where you aren't getting anything. So the game's going to have to somehow survive like another year almost until the sequel comes out.
Yeah.
Which is not fully a sequel, I guess.
StarCraft 2 at least getting battle passes.
Yeah.
They got Tristan in. Anyways, the thing I was going to bring was Bobby Kotick himself. Put out a big letter with a bunch of good company initiatives they're doing. First one was funny. It was like, we'll launch a zero tolerance harassment policy. And it's like, that
good job.
That wasn't already a thing.
The actual details there kind of worried me because he was like, yeah, some people may have gotten preferential treatment, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it was an absolute just fluff piece he put out. Just basically appease shareholders to say that they're continuing to try and, weed out all these problems and work through
and
the issues.
They're going to improve like diversity in hiring and put in more money, and then he's going to reduce his salary to $62,500, which is the lowest amount that California law will allow him to take.
And that's not counting at all like his unrealized wealth of how much he gets in stock. So his actual salary is just like millions of dollars.
How much you think if Bobby could get in a time machine, like, what is it, like 8 years ago, 10 years ago? When did Activision buy Blizzard? Either way, or they didn't buy them, but they merged. Do you think he would have been like, nah, I got my Call of Duty money machine. I'll just stay separate.
I think, I think Bobby Kotick said he's not getting any stock as well. So he's not getting any bonuses or granted any equity during this time. So he's literally just going to make $63,000 a year.
I see. Interesting. I'll see if he actually upholds that.
I mean, he's only got another couple $100 million to like.
Yeah, he's been previously like the most paid CEO of any game company for like the past decade, right?
Yeah.
So that's very weird that he'd go down to like lower than most, like almost a minimum wage job. But anyways,
Bobby.
Yeah,
do you guys think
guy.
they regret merging? If you could get in Bobby Kotick's wild time machine, would he go back and not merge with Blizzard?
I don't know, because I mean, World of Warcraft probably is still a pretty good monetary engine, even if it is in the decline, right?
I would agree with that. Yeah,
because they're not only doing World of Warcraft current, they're doing the classic as well. So they're at least generating some
classic's
money
even more bigger joke than.
Oh yeah. I've been hearing. Yeah, they really started screwing it up. Yeah. I think I've heard stories of that as well. But yeah,
not only that, they announced Classic Fresh.
Ooh, even more classic.
Yeah,
version.
More classic than classic.
What is Classic Fresh?
It's essentially like a accelerated like leveling, so you can do more alts and like
God.
There's some changes. It's just like, oh God, man, are you really that desperate? Oh God.
I feel like they invested in Blizzard for the long-term potential, and that's definitely not panning out.
Yeah, I think they really wanted Overwatch to be like the premier esport, and that really, I mean, Owl's definitely taken off. They've gotten lots of sponsors and things. I don't think it's gotten like the huge viewership they quite want.
They lost XQC, man. He took all their viewership with him.
Yeah,
also, I heard Overwatch League only streams on Facebook or
no way.
YouTube Gaming. They don't stream on Twitch. Like 2 years ago, there was a partnership.
I think it's YouTube Gaming that they're partnered with.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they jumped off Twitch long ago.
Yeah, that was an interesting decision.
That's what you call a mistake.
They're getting that money bag. That's what they're doing.
See, the deals. Brand deposits versus brand withdrawals, they've only been withdrawing for like 5 years now. And the bank account is empty. Bobby Kotick's bank account is empty.
Bobby Kotick funding Blizzard personally.
Personally, yes. Mm-hmm. To make the next Call of Duty.
Absolute philanthropist.
What if Blizzard turns into the fourth Call of Duty studio?
Oh God.
Might as well. They're basically the only studio probably not working on Call of Duty at this point.
It'll be called Call of Duty Warcraft. And it'll be like...
Call of Duty 2. Rebrand Overwatch to as Call of Duty 2.
People would buy that, honestly. They'd buy like a Sylvania skin or something for their Warzone character.
Tristan, it'll be called Duty Watch.
Duty Watch.
I like it. Alrighty, anything else on the Blizzard
I'm just surprised it continues to fall.
That's true. I thought the worst had come out.
Yeah, I thought we hit rock bottom a while ago.
Yeah, they've really not had a good year, have they?
The stock price reflects it. I'll just put it that way. Alrighty. If that's it, then that wraps it up for episode 81 of Viewport Relay. As you could tell, this past 2 weeks has been kind of a drought of news.
I mean, kind of sad.
Kind of sad. Oh boy, you want to talk about sad? That state of play. Whew.
Oh, I tuned into part of that. Yeah.
State of resident sleeper.
Mm-hmm. I got a good nap in.
Either way, Viewport Relay is not a sleeper, and it is available on Radio Public, iTunes, Google Music, Stitcher, Podbean, and all your favorite podcast directories. If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to subscribe, review, and share it with your friends. We're also on social media as Viewport Gaming on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But Tristan, why Viewport Gaming?
Well, Viewport Relay is part of Viewport Gaming, a website that provides a look into video games through reviews, features, and podcasts. You can find all Viewport Gaming content at viewportgaming.com.
Thank you, Tristan. As always, I've been your host, Albert Corson, joined by Tristan Jung.
Goodbye.
And Alex Nestor.
See you next time.